So today we're going to be talking about the four new EZAs coming up for the World Tournament this Friday. Yay, World Tournament, as well as the Dokkan Awakening for this Mecha Frieza. So let's go ahead and start with Tien, because why not? Alright, let's see what Tien is doing. So we're going to skip over his leader skill because obviously it's fodder. Alright, so his super attack, that being the Tri-Beam, he gets 50% defense in one turn and greatly lowers enemies' attack and defense. So that is a good combination of super attack effects. I have nothing bad to say there. And the passive, that being Match Clincher, 2 key and 200% attack and defense baseline. Nice. And when facing only one enemy, 250% defense and 30% damage reduction. We're off to a nice start. And before attacking with 12 or more key, 30% damage reduction within the turn. Okay. So he gets up to 60% damage reduction so far before attacking. Nice. And when attacking with 12 or more key, 250% attack and a 50% chance to crit and stuns the enemy for 2 turns. And when the enemy is in the attack, defensive, or stun down proc, whoa, 1048% attack and a guaranteed. Good God. So his 2-turn stun and his greatly lowering attack and defense directly support that 1 turn of that guaranteed crit and that massive attack. Okay. Wow. So he is 60% damage reduction enough? Is that enough for this guy? What's his stats? Basically at 9k. Does not have any great linking partners either. This is ridiculous. Let me see what else. No, it's like, yeah. Man, it was such a missed opportunity for Dokkan to EZA these guys. Why did they not EZA him during the Saiyan Day? For Kid Goku, why? This is such a missed opportunity. This is such a old ass card. When did this card come out? Real quick, let me just go and double check. This card comes out 2019. Wow. And we didn't EZA him. Okay, back on topic. Is 60% damage reduction enough for this card? They're at just about 9k defense. Assuming you don't have any defensive skill orbs on them. I don't think that's enough. For relevant content, I don't think that's enough. I could be wrong though, because I was wrong about the forearm Tien, and forearm Tien surprisingly ridiculous, bro. He crazy strong unit. When I was seeing like those screenshots of him hitting like those 20 plus million attack, bro. Forearm Tien, I was wrong about him. So I could be wrong about this guy. I mean, all this guy has to his name, outside of 60% damage reduction before he attacks, is 250% defense, as well as 200% attack and defense baseline. And that's it. This is before he attacks. This is all he gets before he attacks. And then after he attacks, of course, he loses that 30% damage reduction, and he only has this flat 30% damage reduction with 250% defense. And then he gets this. Okay. In which most bosses can't even be stunned anyway, so the stun is virtually worthless. But there are quite a few bosses that can have their defense debuffed, so he can proc this. This, bro. I can't wait to see what Dokkan World does with this, bro. He's gonna make some funny ass shenanigan happen with this guy inside a video. I'm not sure if he actually already did. I'm actually gonna go take a quick peek. But yeah, I don't know. His stats are, 14,000 attack. This guy's gonna hit like a bomb. Let me just go ahead real quick. See something? I want to see if Dokkan World did a video on him already. See if he already did videos. Wow. Okay, so you did one on hit. And only hit. Okay. Yeah, so you didn't do a video on him yet. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. And this is around the time of me recording this video. Okay, so, Tien, Um, up to 60% damage reduction. He doesn't get too many stats in his kit. I don't think that's enough. I don't think it's enough. His lower defensive stat for relevant content. This guy's not. I don't think he's going to be used for relevant content. Because he doesn't have too many stats built into him. But I could be wrong. Anyways, Tien seems okay. All right, so Tao, Mr. Tao Pai Pai. All right, so his 12 key, 50% attack and defense in one turn, and a 70% chance to crit. Cool. And his 18 key, he gets 50% attack against one turn and a 70% chance to crit, so pretty much the same goddamn thing. Alright. And his passive, that being 20th anniversary, okay. He gets 2 keeper keys obtained. Alright, and that's all he gets in his base effect. And for every key sphere obtained, 56% attack and 48% defense. For 3 or more key spheres obtained, 75% attack and 64% defense when attacking. Okay. And when attacking with 10 or more key, 108% attack. And when receiving an attack with 10 or more key, 108% defense. When HP is 50% or more, 100% defense and 20% damage reduction. Before receiving 3 attacks in battle, an additional 20% damage reduction, so it's up to 40%. Okay. When HP is 50% or less at start of character's attacking turn, after the character receives 3 or more attacks in battle, 50% damage reduction. Okay. That procs once. 50% damage reduction, and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to STR. STR excluded. And it's only procs once. And when activating the active skill, 444% attack temporarily and a guaranteed crit. So this is just for like a big attack. What does the active skill do again? Master his attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to enemy, and a guaranteed stun for 1 turn. Can't be activated when HP is 50% or less if the character receives an attack 3 or more times in battle. So that would be in conjunction with his active skill turn, huh? Because you'd pop his active skill and you get the attack buff. And you'd also get this. This would all be in combination for your active skill turn, because you would pop your excuse me, my voice cracked. You would pop your active skill, then you would go ahead and proc these buffs within the turn. So you'd be getting 444% attack and a guaranteed crit within that 1 turn, as well as 50% damage reduction and an STR orb changing. All right. He doesn't. He doesn't also seem all that crazy either, because he takes those 3 attacks, he loses this, and he'll only have. Bro, wait, no. When he's below 50% or less HP, bro. Okay, now I'm starting to see it. Because you lose this to gain this. That 1 turn of 50% damage reduction, as well as the orb changing for 1 turn. This whole 1 turn proc buff. This guy does not seem all that crazy. He doesn't seem great. He really doesn't. Wow. This guy's kind of buns. What 200% plus leader skills he's on? I mean, he's on Goku's. Pat. Yo. So I'm not rocking with Tao Pai Pai, bro. I'm not rocking with Tao. Tao seems buns. Oh my god. A nuker that is not creating orbs until he receives 3 attacks and is below an HP threshold. And when you do complete the threshold of receiving those attacks and being below the HP threshold, you only proc it once with your damage reduction. Which after that turn, he doesn't have this anymore. Because you would have used this active skill already, right? Because you want that big attack. So you would have used your active skill within that turn, and then got the damage reduction and not the crit chance, excuse me, the orb changing off, and then after that turn of you getting all these nice buffs off, that's it. This is gone for the rest of the battle. What the fuck? And you would have already received your 3 attacks. So this is gone. And you're going to be below the threshold. So this would be gone. So this guy is a complete sitting duck. It's like even if you're above the HP threshold after the active skill turn and you getting all of this off, and all this being like, you know, gone, you'll only have this post-active. Bro. Oh my god, Tao is buns. Oh my god. Am I missing something about Tao? Tao is... okay, we gotta see him in game. I, I'm... Bro. I don't know what to say. He has good super attack effects, sure. But no start of turn attack and defensive buff. He gets all of his stats when attacking. Just about. Yeah. Outside of this, but he gets all of his stats when attacking. Not a fan. I'm really not a fan. I see what Dokkan's trying to do for you to seamlessly transition into your active skill turn when you get all these good buffs, but why is he not just an unrestricted orb changer in the first place? Let me see his pre-EZA. Man, his pre-EZA is terrible. This is a ridiculously bad palette. He didn't even have a start of turn attack and defensive buff in his pre-EZA. So his post-EZA, it's like I see the seamless transition from this into this, but then I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Man, I mean Tien, he seems kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie. He does not have enough stats to support that 60% damage reduction. Tao, I see the seamless transition into that active skill turn, but at the same time, I don't get why he doesn't have a real starter turn attack and defensive buff. Whatever. Let's see future Gohan, who I'm going to assume is going to need those future category allies. I'm going to assume that. Of course, skipping over the leader skill. His super attack, that being the Hyper Masenko. Alright. So what is he? He's greatly stacking attack and getting 50% defense for 1 turn. Okay. And that's it. Alright. So, his passive, that being Deep Bonds in his heart. Okay. 200% attack and defense baseline. And when attacking with 12 or more ki, 120% attack and defense. Nice. And when there is a Future Saga, of course. When there's a Future Saga or Android's category enemy, 2 ki, 120% attack and defense, and a 70% chance to stun the attacked enemy. And when there's another Future Saga category ally on the team, of course, 2 ki and 30% chance to crit with damage reduction. As well as 120% attack when attacking with 12 or more ki. When there is an ally whose name includes Trunks on the team, 2 ki and additional 30% damage reduction with crit chance. And 120% defense when attacking with 12 or more ki. This fucker is restricted. Okay. Okay, Future Saga, right? Let me just real quick just go ahead and pull up Future Saga from the original Dokkan wiki. So we'll just type in Future Saga Dokkan. Okay. What do we have here for Future Saga on the Dokkan wiki, right? All in all, this team is dead. Like, I don't think we're not arguing this, right? This team is fucking dead. The best unit on this team is who? Is it you? I could be wrong. Oh, I did not mean to allow ads. No! No! Don't go ahead and do that to me, Dokkan Wiki. Okay. Alright, let me just go and click back on it. Alright. Anyways. Who... First of all, yeah, who is the best unit in this category? Is it Tech Merge Zamasu? It might be. Or is it you? But you need a stack. Nah, it can't be Tech Merge Zamasu. It has to be Age Up. Okay, I don't know. This team's just ass regardless. Or is it you? I don't know. This team sucks. Okay. And a lot of the runnable options are either mid or they just suck. I wonder how you perform in the festival battles. You probably perform pretty good, no? Probably. All right. Trunks. We're looking for a Future Saga Trunks. We can start from the bottom. No. Yeah, there's nothing here. Hell no. No. Okay. No. Yeah, bro. It's like just Tech Trunks. Is that it, right? It's just Tech Trunks. This category is ass. Oh my god. Uh, you? No. 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 Oh my god. This fucker is he's so restricted. Now, granted, you get that Future Saga Trunks, and this guy gets up to what? He's not only getting, he has to face a Future Saga or Android's category enemy in the first place for these additional buffs, which you're not going to be doing, right? Because some of the toughest fights aren't Future Saga or Androids, right? So, with that being stated, he's only going to be getting this. And that is what? That's 4 key, 60% damage reduction with a 60% chance to crit, as well as 120% attack defense when attacking. Right? This guy, wow. Why is he restricted? Because if you're not giving him these buffs, oh, bro, this is like, what the fuck is this? Bro, he sucks. Because Future Saga sucks. Future Saga Trunks, it's like it's just him. And he's not slot 1. He's not, bro. It's like if these guys had an easy A, sure, I see it. But they don't. The Trunks, it's like Tech Trunks and get the job done inside festival battles. But like, bro, no. What the fuck? He sucks. It's like, could we be mentioning him? It's like, oh my god. Don't you need like a full Future Saga team or Time Travelers team? So that's not even gonna work, bro. He fucking sucks, bro. Oh my goodness. Wow. Restricted. Why did they do that to him? His pre-EZA palette must have been like restricted to the Future Saga characters. Why did they do that to him? Why? Why? Bojack, okay. 50% attack and defense in 1 turn, greatly lowers defense and raises extreme class allies defense by 30% for 2 turns. So he has a great combination of super attack effects, I would say, outside of greatly lowering defense. 3 key, 170% attack and defense baseline, and the more HP remaining, of course, he gets up to 200% attack for the more HP remaining. And when attacking just as is, 100% attack and defense and disables enemies guards, so you get to attack and defensive buff from his pass to a super attack effect. Nice, the standard. And per space traveling warriors, category ally, or extreme class ally on the team, depending on which has more members, 40% attack and defense, and all allies get a 3% chance to crit. What? What? Why? 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 Okay. When all allies are space traveling warriors category characters or extreme class characters, guarantee crit, guards, and gives all allies 2 key and 30% attack defense self-excluded. Why is it self-excluded if he's a free-to-play unit? What? He's not a fucking Dokkan Fest. Why is it self-excluded? Bro. Okay, cool. He's getting the guard. I mean, the crit, who cares? This could have been replaced for like 50% damage reduction. It would have helped him out greatly more than a guarantee crit. He doesn't need this. It's like, the best things about him is his support, even though I don't agree with this. He gets up to what? He gives up to a 15% chance to crit, I assume. 3 times 5 is 15, so yeah, that'd be up to a 15% chance to crit to all allies with 2 key and 30% attack and defense. So the best thing about this card is his support, him having guard, as well as the attack defensive buff to his passive super attack effect, and his 2-turn support. Yeah, he is a support. He's a really good support type unit. 2-turn support from his super attack effect, as well as being able to give 2 key, 30% attack defense, and a 15% chance to crit to all allies. He's a good support type unit, but outside of that, guys, he's a World Tournament easy A. So it's like, do we really need a guaranteed crit? He doesn't need this. This makes no sense. Let me see his pre-easy A. Why couldn't it just been 150% attack and defense, more HP remaining? Or, I don't know. Bojack sucks too. Because what's his defense? Oh, holy shit. He is BBB. Bojack's ass too. Now, granted, you're going to be getting stronger. Space Traveling Warriors. I'm glad they put Extreme Class out with it too. Yeah, man. Bojack sucks too. I mean, his support is nice. I mean, I could be wrong. Let me see Space Traveling Warriors real quick. Okay, what am I not seeing? All of these leaders are just out. These are outdated leaders. We're not running any of these leaders. We're gonna put that in perspective. We're not running any of these outdated ass leaders, especially a sub lead. Why the fuck would we run a sub lead? Jiren, cool. Who else? Vegeta, cool. Frieza, cool. So that's 3. Turles, cool, but Turles doesn't really have a comfortable home, but still cool. That's 4. Who else? Hit, cool. That is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turles, excuse me. Oh my god, I called Slug Turles. Slug, cool. Kui, cool. There's only a handful of good options on this team. Jacko, if you want to get funky for the dodge or die. Vados, if you want to get funky for the dodge or die. Margarita for the dodge or die. There's only a handful of options you can run on this team with 2 dead leaders. That being 200% leaders. Yeah, okay. Bojack. Alright. Wow. 4 L's. The only one I'm skeptical on is Tien. I'm skeptical on Tien, because I could be wrong about Tien. Because I was already wrong about Tien. Shout out to you, Krim. I was wrong about him. But STR Tien? I don't know. Mecha Frieza. Okay, so what do we have for Mecha Frieza? He's just an awakening. I remember when Mecha Frieza came out. It was a while ago. Wow, I've been talking about cards for way too long, bro. Okay, so his super attack, that being Death Blaster, 50% attack and 30% defense 1 turn, and lowers attack, so he has good super attack effect combinations. 3 key, 180% attack and defense baseline, and he gives Revenge or Wicked Bloodline categorized 60% attack and 30% defense. No key, but I think that, what key link do these Frieza units share? They share strongest clan in space. So it's really a big deal? Not really, but hey, you know, I think it's because they valued the 60% attack over him giving key, so that's probably why they didn't give him key for his support. When attacking, 120% attack and defense, nice considering that he's getting a attack and defensive buff in his super attack effect. And when there's another Revenge or Wicked Bloodline category attack in the same turn, 120% attack, a guaranteed super, 60% chance to crit with 30% damage reduction when attacking, with 12 or more key. So as you guys know, 30% damage reduction when attacking is not enough. Even if this card's able to do up to 3+ supers, one in his base, just base super, first 12 key, another from him having the Wicked Bloodline character attack in the same turn, and one being from his hit potential. So him being able to do up to 3+ supers while also being able to get that support while also getting attack and defensive buff from his passive to his super attack effects, that 30% damage reduction is not enough. Nice to have, but I feel as if though we could have easily swapped this crit chance with the damage reduction, and I don't think anybody would have complained about it. Like, if you had 60% damage reduction as well as a 30% chance of crit, no one would have cared. Because who gives a fuck about a 60% chance of crit on a free-to-play World Tournament Awakened unit? No one cares, right? And his stats, obviously being a World Tournament free-to-play character, are going to be uber low. And his best in partners all suck ass. All of them. Yeah. You're not gonna die in the hill that you're running this guy right next to this guy, because you're gonna fall below the HP threshold and this guy's going to get fucking pierced. Yeah, and this guy's blinking partner, the only unit I could think of off the top of my head you're gonna run with this guy is the AGL Full Power Frieza, post EZA of course, because he'll be supporting AGL Full Power Frieza, and he'll also be able to get his guarantee super and his damage reduction off while having him on the same rotation with him. Obviously this guy's a bona fide slot 2 unit, but that's gonna be about it. This guy sucks, obviously. But it makes sense because he's a World Tournament free to play. So, synopsis. God, Goku, and Hit. They're good. They're good, certainly. But I feel like there's really something I don't like about this unit. I did a video on them yesterday. I don't like there's something I really don't like about them. I can't put my finger on it. I really can't. Tien seems mid, because he doesn't have many stats to back up his 60% damage reduction before he attacks, but I could be wrong. Krim proved me wrong, so shout out to you, Krim. to prove me wrong about the TN, and probably is gonna prove me wrong about this STR TN. I don't know. Who's that? Tao Pai Pai. I see he has I see Dokkan's design. I get the nuking, but why is he not orb changing? Why does he not at least have even though I don't agree with this idea of this design, why does he not at least have a chance to orb change? Right? If you guys are gonna go ahead and just not give him orb changing at all for his nuking, why? Why not give him a chance to orb change? While he already gets that one turn of randomly changing key spheres, because guess what? You get that turn off, and he cannot change many key spheres at all. And you're just sitting there like, bro, what the fuck? My design philosophy for this guy is take this right here, make this unrestricted, and then go ahead and put this somewhere, I don't know, somewhere unrestricted in his base kit, and make this, just let him randomly change the whole field to STR for this one turn, and then make this just like a base part of his kit. Why? I'm not a fan of Tao's design. I'm not a fan of his design. I feel as if though they could have done a little bit better with Tao. Gohan restricted. You need a Future Saga Trunks while going up against a Future Saga enemy, and bro, Future Saga's in the mud, like face down in the mud, like Future Gohan himself. I'm not a fan of Future Gohan. Too restricted for my liking, and I will not be using him. Tien, I will be using Tien. I want to see about him, and I will be using Tao. Of course, I'm gonna be using LR God Goku and Hit because obviously I gotta see about him too because there's something I don't like about this unit. Bojack, not a fan. His support is cool, the guard is cool, the guarantee crit just makes no sense. There are some good things about Bojack, but it's like he wants characters from a team that's dead. Like, what? Like, that team is straight buns. From 2 dead 200% leader skills, he just about has no home. Unless I'm missing something about Bojack. What am I missing about Bojack? Let me see. Could you get away with him on Broly's team? Sure. No. I don't know. Yes, you get. Okay, so you're more than likely going to be running him. No, 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 and no, as well as no. So 1, 2, and 3. You're going to get away with him on Slug's team. Cell's team? Bro, he can get Cell's active. Excuse me, Cell's domain up. Yeah, I don't like Bojack. Bojack's he's probably better than I'm giving him credit for, but I don't like Bojack. And Mecha Frieza's obviously ass. I mean, come on now, he's obviously buns. 30% DVR is not gonna save you. But yeah, that's gonna be about it. Let me know what you guys think down below about these EZAs. I think Dokkan went, what's that? That's 1 for 6. Well, I think obviously God Goku and Hit are gonna be the best of the batch. But if we're just leaving God Goku and Hit outside of this this conversation, we're talking about how Dokkan went. Dokkan went. Who was the best unit of this batch? Is it Tao? It's between Tao and Tien. Between Tao and Tien, man. Bojack might be able to get some viability use on Slug's team, but even if then, isn't Slug similar to Cell in which he has his domain active immediately? Bro, I have used Slug a very handful of times, so I don't have too much usage with him, so please excuse me if I have some misinformation now that I probably just spread. Let me just go and double check Slug. Doesn't Slug have a similar design to Cell in which he creates his domain immediately? Yes, the fucker does. He does, yeah. Yeah, you could probably get some use out of Bojack on that team, but I mean, it's like 200% are being phased out for 220s. That's gonna be about it for me, guys. Let me know what you guys think about down below. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and that's gonna be it for me. Peace.